All right, how you doing, Tigers? My name is Tech Sergeant Rudy Pacheco, and today I'm going to talk about your LES and your pay. All right, so how to read your LES. First off, we're going to find out where your LES is, and then go over the basic portions of your LES, and then talk to you about how to reset your passwords, what to do if you need help, and lastly, the new comptroller website overview. Okay, so where do you find your LES? Your LES is located in mypay.dfast.mil. You're simply going to log on, and then once you're all logged on, you're going to click on the left-hand side, the Leave and Earnings Statement. Okay, so these are the sections that I'm going to talk about in your LES. I'm going to be going over the printed version of your LES. Now, in myPay, it doesn't give you this format automatically. Each section is broken down into a tab, and I feel like this is an easier way to kind of go over everything. It's the same information. It's just all on one sheet. So first off, at the very top, you're going to see your personal information. That is your personal information: name, social, your pay grade, your pay date, years in service, and your ETS branch. The ADSN and DSSN is a code that lets you know which finance office is servicing you. And then that last box on the right is the dates in which this LES is covering. So this middle section is what I like to call the meat and potatoes of your LES. This is where your entitlements are, your deductions, allotments, and then the summary of everything. So first off, are your entitlements. So this is positive cash flow to you as a service member. So first off, this is going to be your base pay, BAS, your housing allowance, any additional pays that you might have, such as special duty, language pay, flight pay, family SEP, COLA. If you're at a COLA location, all that will be right there in your entitlements, and the amounts will actually be there as well. And then at the very bottom will be that total amount for the entire month. The next box over is your deductions. This is where all your taxes get taken out, your TSP, your SGLI. If you donate to anything that gets a deduction taken out of your paycheck, that's where you'll see these deductions. At the very bottom, you're always going to see this mid-month pay. This is actually your first paycheck of the month. This is a paycheck that you get on the 15th of every month. So, for instance, we just got through November, and you're looking at your November LES. That mid-month pay would be the amount that you got paid on the 15th of November. So, again, that is actually your first paycheck of the month for November. And then all those deductions will be added up and then put down in this box 21. Allotments are things that you set up. So like base housing, if they're pulling your housing out of your check, it'll get taken out here. You can set up allotments too for just about anything, as long as you have like the banking information and routing numbers. And that's all done through the myPay website. And then lastly, the summary of everything basically that we just talked about: your entitlements, deductions, and your allotments. So it'll be all of your total entitlements, subtract your deductions, subtract your allotments, will give you your net amount. If you had any credited forwarded, that'll be right there in box 18. You should never have anything in there unless something crazy happened with your pay. And then your EOM, end of month pay, box 19. That's actually your last paycheck of the month, which you get paid on the first of the next month. Okay. The next section below is your leave section. So I actually threw some numbers in there so it's easier to understand. So this BF balance is your brought forward balance. This is how many days you have brought forward from the previous fiscal year. So I put 13 and a half, and then Your earned is how many days you have earned for this physical year. So 13 and a half plus 22 and a half was 36 days, right? And then your use amount is how many days you have used this physical year, 19. So minus that from your earned and your brought forward balance will give you your current balance. And then your ETS balance, that is actually an estimate based on your ETS date that's in the system. Always check with finance if you're getting ready to retire or separate to get a no kidding, this is how many days you have left. All right, next section is your taxes. So these are your federal taxes, and then you have your Social Security taxes, your Medicare taxes, and then your state taxes. Some people, their state taxes based on where your state of residency is. So if you are a resident of a state that doesn't have state income taxes, these boxes will just be empty. And then underneath that is your TSP stuff. So you'll have your traditional TSP at the very top, and then your Roth TSP, and then your total contributions at the bottom of that. So rates are the percentages at which you have indicated in myPay. So your base pay rate, so this is how much percentage you want to take it out of your base pay, specialty pay, and so on and so on, like bonus pay. So you'll see a percentage and then how much is actually taken out, and then all your contributions will be added up at the bottom for your total contributions. Okay, remarks at the very bottom. This section is actually pretty important. I pulled an old remark section from January because that is where most of the changes happen on our LES. If you're not like PCSing or something in your life has changed, like a marriage or you had a child or something of that matter. So I always tell everyone, read your remarks. There are all the changes that happen on your LES are going to be here in your remarks. So I pulled this one because, like I said, the first of the month, you'll see the changes to your base pay, your BAH, your BS, your COLA. So all the changes that happen will be here, and you'll be able to go back and see the changes from a previous LES to this one to see what exactly changed. Okay, so if for some reason you need to log in via your ID and password and you can't remember your password, you can simply click there at the bottom, answer some security questions, and if you answer them correctly, you can come up with a new password. Pretty simple, just like any other website, as long as you can get through the security questions, you'll be able to get a new password. So what happens if you can't answer those security questions correctly? This is another way to do it is through a trusted agent. You'll simply go to the DFAS homepage, click contact us, and you're going to find a trusted agent. So you'll just put in the location that you're looking for. So I just threw in there Honolulu, search that, and then all these offices came up with phone numbers. I highly suggest before you show up to any of these offices that you give them a call, make sure that trusted agent is actually going to be there that day, or set up an appointment so that way you can come in and get your password reset. All right, so if you're having issues with your pay, what you do exactly. So first off, talk to your supervisor, make sure that what you're seeing jives with whatever it is that they're seeing, and that way it'll just be an easier process for you to figure out, especially if you need to take something up the chain of command, so that way your supervisor is in the loop. So after talking to your supervisor, there might be a form or something that you need to fill out. Sometimes CSS can help you out with submitting those forms. You just have to talk to them, and if that's something that they can help you with, then I'm sure they'll be happy to help you with that. If you can't do that, there's basically two things that you can do. Go to the new Comptroller Services web portal. I'm going to be going over that next in the next slide, or you can actually go into finance. Unfortunately, right now it's by appointments only, so give them a call at this number or send them an email and set up an appointment time for you to go in. And lastly, but not least, talk to your first sergeant. If you've gone through all these steps, it's taking a lot longer than you anticipated, or it's some type of emergency, talk to your first sergeant. They can work their channels and try to get things resolved quickly. Like I said, the comptroller website. So this is the website here at the very top. You'll have to log in with your CAT card. Once you get logged in, this is the homepage. It's got some Q&A, some knowledge articles, some quick links for different benefits and forms, stuff like that. So what you'll do if you have to submit something, you'll just create this new inquiry at the very top. Click on that. It'll take you to this page. So this page is where you're going to fill out all your information. And then section B at the bottom is basically like an email, right? You're going to have a title or a subject for what this issue is that you're having, type of a description of the problems that you're having, fill out the category and subcategory, and then drag and drop any forms or files that you need to submit, and then submit that to the comptroller squadron. So the nice thing about this is that it's going to create a paper trail that we didn't necessarily have in the previous way that we did things. So this is a good way to kind of keep track of the dates and the times and the people that you spoke to via this new portal. All right, so that actually concludes my briefing for today. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out.